Why does it have to be
Clayton?
Sunday today, man? Feels bad.
Why? What's wrong with Sunday?
It's kind of sad because you have to go to work again tomorrow. It's what is.
Why start school tomorrow, okay? Oh my god.
What are you doing? What? I thought everybody else started already. Why yours start so late?
I'm doing Studio 6.
So what does that mean?
Yeah.
I saw you in school. What do you mean?
Actually, you go back to school or hall?
No. That was during like a long time ago. But I did see you in school. But then what do you mean you weren't in school?
Me?
Yeah, I saw you in school. Like that time.
Yeah. I just go to school for fun because I'm bored.
Oh, yeah.
That's not how it works in CP.
No, that was
No,
before.
before that, before.
Coronavirus.
God.
How's your circuit breaker session been? Jia
Oh,
Ming?
let's not talk about it, yeah.
Why?
Sorry?
I've been doing it for 3 months and then they extend. So like,
Oh,
this is
really?
my 4th
3
month.
months?
Yeah, because of the break one.
months?
It's the school break.
Couldn't you like go
oh.
out and do something? But okay, then how have you been occupying your time then?
Netflix.
The last time we chatted was like what, 2 weeks ago?
Can you like that was 2 weeks ago?
Oh yeah,
like,
have you
chat.
grown out anything yet? Have you grown
You
out
actually,
anything?
you're gonna lose 100%. You're just gonna grow out more than mine. It's been 2 weeks and then it's been like that. Yours is gonna grow out more.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
then like you're not
like
gonna
a-
keep it for sure. You're not gonna keep it for sure.
it's a
I'm
no,
gonna
guys.
win
It's a
instantly.
big
No,
no.
I'm not gonna keep it, but I'm just like only for the whole thing, just to like physically feel like the whole coronavirus. in my
God.
body. Oh well.
It's like how long your hair grows out, how long you don't have a haircut for. That's how long you've been coronavirus.
Yeah.
That's like my wallet. This
yeah.
is the wallet of coronavirus. These are
Right.
stickers.
Everyone's phone look like that, Clayton.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't.
You put it on.
Mine doesn't. Oh else. Okay, so at this point of time, I really do want to also like talk about some things about like some lessons that we can also share with other people, because throughout the whole experience, I also did learn quite a few things from Jia Ming about like how to critique and the difference between critique and criticism, and then collaboration, and then client and creator relationship, and seeing beauty. I don't know. This is some of the things that I feel that we can really explore in like as we like continue the discussion.
Wow, that's good.
So Jia Ming, tell me what do you think about critique, and like how do you feel like maybe start off with like our client and creator relationship. What was it like on your end as a creator working for somebody else?
Fun fact, design girls and guys, just take notes on this because you definitely 100% need it for year 2 or like year 1 for your
Yeah.
lecture when it says, I like it, but, and then you gotta take out this checklist, and then you gotta, what did I learn from Asher, Jia Ming, and Clayton today? Oh
Yes.
I learned this, and then you're gonna thank us because you're gonna be a billionaire gazillionaire.
But yeah.
Jia Ming,
But
go ahead.
what do you think? What do you think about that?
Okay, I feel like to start off, right, you have to make sure you are kind of moving in the same direction, I guess.
Right.
Because you might say one thing and I might do another thing, and then we both just have different concepts. That's why it's very like to come up with a visual product, right, you have to make sure you have visual references so that we understand what each other are talking about. Because we all visualize different things in our head, you know?
Pinterest.
Yeah. Pinterest. That's why, yeah, you have to,
Dribble.
Yeah. like
I was gonna say
sponsor 20-minute tea, please, guys.
Do not
But
follow.
yeah.
Do not follow. Okay, do not follow Instagram trend. That is horrible.
So what do you say again about the relationship? What do you say again about the relationship?
To make sure that you guys are like going in the same direction.
Right, because
Yeah, so
it's,
yeah, so like
continue.
to kind of achieve that, right, communication is very important.
right.
Yeah.
So
And also
define what you mean by the communication.
okay, to start off with, you have to make sure that you guys have a strong like foundation concept. So by
Right.
doing that, right, you have to make sure you kind of relay all your concepts to each other. So then like different words, different adjectives, and different vibe you want to kind of portray from the final product you want. So then from there, like
That's
like
actually
both-
strong. So you gotta
Yeah.
talk book with the design book if you wanna like convey ideas across. Or
yeah,
else you just, because if even if you have like a good idea, right? If you talk really bad about like your sentence structure is not on point and you're like very choppy in terms of delivery.
yeah, like no one
Sometimes the
understands.
lectures don't catch it. Sometimes lectures don't catch it even though it's a good idea. Like sometimes
Yeah.
most of your ideas don't fly because you're just choking up or you're not confident enough.
Yes,
on your
correct.
ideas. So yeah, talking book is really important. Go
I think
learn
at this
your
point of
design
time, like
vocabulary.
I can share also from my client perspective. Like now, like I took on the persona of a client, right? Because I'm actually getting somebody else to do the idea. I think from a client's perspective, what I really did appreciate with my relationship with Jia Ming in this case was that she was very open to listen. And after that, when whatever I said, right, also did get manifest into the work itself. And being a designer that listens and really pays attention to the details and asks the correct kind of questions, like she was asking what's the theme or what are some of the outlines that you want to carry on, and what do you think is the... She did ask some good question about like what does the meaning of 20-minute tea mean to you or something? Do you say that, or what do you say?
Yeah. So I wanted to know what was the whole vibe you want to carry out? Like, what's the most important thing that you want to visualize from 20-minute tea? You know, because you can focus on a lot of things. But what's the main thing that is like you want to bring it out?
There's a point that Jia Ming talked about that Asher brought up was listening, and I want to jump on that.
Okay, what?
The thing is, right, clients or even our lecturers, for example, right, they hate stubborn people. So when someone tells you to improve on this and that, right, and you're still very adamant and very stubborn, like,
adamant.
No, I really like this.
Adamant.
Like grammar Nazi. No, but people just generally don't like people who are very stubborn in their ways, even though you feel like it's a good idea. There's a reason why someone doesn't agree with it. And if there's a lot of people who don't agree with it as well, right, even though you feel it's the right way, it's probably best that you stick with what people like, because in the end you're not designing for yourself, you're designing for an audience.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
Second of all, Jia Ming's listening is really good because you know Ivan on our guest, right? He talked about Crystal. Crystal is this bald designer, so you know bald designers are very smart people. It's just a design statement, design fact, right?
Okay.
No, but there's this line from him that he was doing his talk, and I really like this line. This line has really stuck with me. And it was diagnose, then wait, what's that? Listen, then diagnose.
Right.
So you gotta listen to you gotta listen to everything that they hear first, because you can't just shoot off ideas off the top of your head, because that's your perception. You gotta listen to their perception.
Right.
So first of all, note number 2, don't be stubborn. Always listen to other people. Note number 3, always listen first, then diagnose your ideas. Don't just come up with your initial ideas.
I think one thing in this kind of back and forth kind of situation that we always have it as designers is that one is to listen, but then after that to critique and then to interrogate the design, in the sense that we are trying to really see what is very good about it, and then after that to allow that to be established as one of the more major kind of topics that will be expressed in the final product. And that's how you have like design that has good hierarchy, which is something that I felt that we had in this one.
I found a quote. It's actually diagnose then prescribe.
Diagnose and describe.
Prescribe.
Prescribe.
Doctor prescribes you. Yeah.
Oh, right.
That applies for client work as well as lecture work.
I think at this point of time, I also do want to ask, like, Jia Ming, what do you think about the two concepts? Do you think critique and criticism is the same thing? Criticism and critique, is it the same thing?
I think it's different. So I feel like it's kind of different. Like, okay, for critique, right? Usually it's kind of more of we want to kind of draw out problems. For criticism, we want to draw out problems to like for you to improve on, even though it's like a good thing. So then like it's something you can work on. But for critique, usually maybe people usually focus on like the positive things and like things that you can like bring out stronger. They are kind of weak for right now, you know. So then I think most of it is like point of view, I guess, for both the person who receives the comments and the person who gives, you know. Right. Yeah.
Clayton, what do you think about the difference between criticism and critique?
I think they're different because they're different words. Okay. But for critique wise, right? Critique, you always hear it being used in a very professional sense during your mid crit, your end crit. So I feel like critique is when you actually develop on design processes already and you get someone else to juxtapose your idea. While criticism is usually criticism comes when you're always talking to your friends like, hey, what are you doing for your studio project? And then you you pitch your idea about your project.
Right.
And then you give your 2 cents about your project. Be it good, positive or bad.
Right.
So critique in a sense is just asking. You're like implementing and asking for juxtaposition, while criticism is usually asking from a broader audience, usually more, I would say, casual in a sense.
Right.
That's why I feel critique and criticism. Actually, you brought this up for a reason. You gotta say your ideas first.
Yeah, come on, we're waiting.
I think critique, like what we were having with, I think in my situation with Jia Ming, I was practicing more of critique instead of criticism. Criticism, I think, has a more negative kind of like a more hard hand, but critique is also trying to look at drawing out the good points and focusing on that too.
That's right.
When you roast your friend about your designs, it's like no, it's just constructive criticism. I'm not roasting you. It's constructive criticism.
No, but I think it's also a good way to also really be in this kind of like collaboration, because what we had over here, or what we're having over here, is obviously not a client creator kind of relationship, but instead we are doing a collaborative kind of relationship. So which is very, very different. One thing in terms of having like a collaborative kind of creative relationship is that we are also trying to build each other up. So I also really like having these kinds of relationships in the sense that we are looking to bounce off each other and try to draw something else better.
I noticed an intent in this call is like you're all quite quiet when we want to listen to others, because we really do show respect to each other. We definitely respect each other, that this guy knows something that I don't, and when he's talking, I should probably shut up because I would know nothing. And that's a fourth note that you want to take down, is that you should respect everyone. Everyone knows more than someone somewhere knows more than you. I think, was it Walt Disney said that? I'm sure. No, Bill Nye said that. Bill Nye said that someday, even though this guy might be stupid, he knows something that you don't. So you should probably listen to him somewhere. You should always respect people in that sense.
Tell me, what do you think about the concept of collaboration? Like how do you define a good collaboration, and what are some important things that people should note when having a collaborative creative relationship? Like, I mean, from your perspective when working together with me.
Jia Ming, you want to go first?
Okay, I feel like if you are already setting out to do a collaborative work, right, and you know it's gonna be collaborative work, I think you have to go in with a mindset that you have to accept, you know.
Right.
You can't just make like, okay, this is gonna be my idea, and if the person doesn't like it, like, okay, I don't care, then like it's just my work, you know.
Right.
So then you should be flexible, you should be open, because that's what collaborative work is. You're open to bouncing off ideas to each other, you're open to changes, open to like kind of lifting up each other to like bring out the good parts in each other, you know. Right. Yeah.
I think the idea or the main concept that the main thing that I really liked about collaboration was that it was very, very positive.
Yeah.
It was very positive. If like later, if you see like the back and forth between our collaborative relationship, was that we always tried to look for the best thing in each other's comment, or like, oh wow, this is an interesting comment. Oh wow, this is a very interesting thing that you're trying to illustrate. And then after that, we were able to really see the beauty, and then from that vision, right, it was able to elevate the work a lot more. And I felt that was a very, very interesting. That's a very, very interesting kind of takeaway that people can have when in collaborative relationships, is to always see the beauty and to see more than what actually exists. For my part, was especially when I was looking at the sketches. It's very hard to if it was just a layman or if it was just a regular client, it would be very hard to say, hey, well, it's like, anybody could have just squiggled those kinds of things. But for me as a designer, right, for me, I could see certain intention or underlying narratives that was going on, and when you are able to see the beauty in your partner's work, then after that you are able to also encourage them or help them to follow a certain line, which I felt really it made the whole experience with Jia Ming very, very enjoyable, and I felt very relaxed, because like I know that she would listen, and I know she would know how to interpret or reinterpret whatever I liked. Yeah.
Right. The term collaboration in itself, it's never shunned in a negative light. Collaboration, if there's one image that pops in your mind, it's probably like hold hand kind of thing. Right. So what I feel about collaboration is back to Ash's theory, right? That ideas are spawned off each other. No ideas are being built on themselves, right? Collaboration is also a very, very good way to actually cross the ideas, because from all of us, all three of us are from different disciplines. If we collaborate together, we can learn so much more from each other.
Yes,
Right.
definitely.
And not being stubborn about your own discipline being the best discipline, and like I want to go through with my ways as well.
Well, SD
As
is
I
still
just said, he
best. lah.
felt.
SD is still best.
I'm gonna
You
hang
know,
up the phone now.
sometimes it's
I'm not
called
part of this podcast
self-denial.
anymore. Yeah. No, but not being stubborn about these kind of things. As I just said, the key word I used that I was very relaxed with
Right.
something.
Right.
So when you feel relaxed, you let your ideas flow together, and when ideas cross beat and flow, you come up with X and Y comes X, Y, and that's a very, very nice combination.
For me as the other side of the collaboration, what I felt instead of relaxed, right? Maybe the better word I would use is I had a lot of trust for Jia Ming. And as a client or as another collaborator, one thing that you always want to have is a lot of trust. Do not be so like nitty gritty. Did I like control you a lot, Jia Ming? What do you feel? I hope not.
I don't think so. Like, okay, I don't think you're controlling, but more of you have like a focus on where you want to go,
Right,
and like
right.
by being
Clear
like
direction.
concentrated, right? Yes,
Right.
like it gives a clear direction, and like
Right.
if the person you're working with understands that, right, and then it's like the best side because you can like hold hands and like go further along with the idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
One idea I always subscribe to is that partners always dance.
Right.
In a tango or a cha-cha. Okay, well, listen me out. If we are in a collaboration or a partnership, right, you should always tango with your other partner. You shouldn't always lead the way. Imagine if you're tangoing or having cha-cha with someone and you're very dominant and your steps are in the way, right?
Okay.
You're gonna control the other person and the other
Yeah.
person's gonna be uncomfortable. That's the whole point of it.
Right.
In the same way. Oh, sorry. Continue.
No. If there's always a leader in cha-cha, so or tangoing, right? There's always one person who takes the first step and one person who takes the
Right.
next step. And then it
Right.
goes back and forth, and that's what Ashley was mentioning as well. So you
Right,
always
right.
lift the other person up as well as take in their compliments, and then you put in yours as well, and then the guy steps back, and then it comes back and forth. It's a cha-cha.
It's kind of like
Partners always dance.
like my friendship with Clayton also, as we also decided to make 20-minute tea happen, in a sense that like he
That's like there's a slang 20T.
so it's I think spontaneous
Spontaneity.
spontaneous energy.
Are you asking Isaac to like proof check
No,
it?
Abigail's in the back. But yeah, you get what I mean. Like spontaneous energy, which spontaneity lah. Yeah, spontaneity is
That's
it?
actually a very good.
No, it's not. Then what is it? We also don't know. Yeah, but
That's
anyway,
actually a very
you know what I'm
good-
trying to say. Yeah.
Actually a very good nature of human to have spontaneity in terms of collaboration, because it ties into psychology.
Right.
If both of you have vested interests and purposes towards yourself, that leads to dominance towards each other.
How do you pronounce it?
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity. Okay.
That's actually a word. There's an
Yes.
A in it. There's
Yeah.
an A in it.
There's a TANEITY. Learn, kids.
I'm gonna change my default language to Malay anyway, so. But if you both have vested interests and those vested interests are very strong in both of you, right?
Right.
I don't think you can see eye to eye. But when you're spontaneous and you're very free to flow in all these places and you're just shooting out your ideas,
Right.
Yeah.
you tend to merge better in terms of psychology wise. So I feel like spontaneity is also a very good human nature to have when you're doing collaborations. Take note, this is note number 5, because when you go into year 2, you're gonna have to collaborate with people, and I still
Right.
haven't got past the guy who
Tell me,
get the
tell us-
point.
give us
Your
your take
partner
on,
work,
give us a take on spontaneity.
Spontaneity, actually.
Spontaneity.
Can you spell spontaneity? You just Google it up.
Yeah,
What's it?
SPONTANEITY.
I still understand why it's an A inside.
Okay, mom. Okay, but yeah, what's your take? Everybody has to share opinion.
On spontaneity?
Spontaneity. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, right. Maybe Google's wrong. I don't know.
Spontaneousness.
Singaporean. Okay, I feel like just in general, like a collaborative work with like spontaneous energy is just more fun, you know.
Right.
Like you can discover things that you never like set out to kind of achieve,
Right.
because you don't set the boundaries, so you don't set a limit. Yeah, and then you kind of just
Right.
play, you explore. Yeah.
The expectations are very, very high for fun.
Yeah.
I feel like spontaneity,
For the fun.
like what she said, like spontaneous discussion is so cool. Because it's like rolling a dice until you get a pair of sixes.
Right.
So you guys will just keep throwing out ideas saying like, nah, not that one. And then someone says something good, and then you have that oh shit moment. Oh
Yeah,
shit,
right.
this guy said, and then that's really
Right.
that's
Yes,
the thrill of the like creative person in terms of ideation.
Interesting and very very fascinating discoveries that people can make together, and which is the whole idea of the design process, because the design process is always about having a lot of variations and a lot of permutations at the beginning, and it's a lot of play, and then after that you work together to really kind of draw out and really focus on the important topic, and then after that is the response to the problem that you found.
It's Asher's air diagram, by the way. It's patented by Asher's hands. Looks like this.
But yeah, like yeah, sometimes like the best idea, right, are the unexpected ones, and the ones you set out to think, you know.
Right, which is in the case was the three people that were just like the one guy had the ear cup.
Yeah.
I look, and for me, obviously, it was the first impression was it was like something like it's a bit simple. But then
Yeah.
when I asked Jia Ming what do you really want to do, and then she said she wanted to do that, and then she explained the concept, and then I was open to it, and then that's how it all resolved into the final thing. So yeah, have fun, everybody. That's the whole idea. Shall we?
Those that are not creatives.
Okay, so I guess
really.
we can have a little interesting conclusion. Clayton, what's your conclusion for today's take? Like a quick one. Okay, moving on to Jia Ming.
Shut the
That's good. I don't need a comment. That's good. That's good. I thought too much.
How would you summarize this?
gosh.
Or what do you want? What was your main message?
To who?
I don't know. Anybody? To
Just
the
in
20 plus
general?
listeners. Yeah.
Oh, note number 6: holding hands is fun.
Okay.
Okay, Ken. Cool.
I mean, yeah, if you like can interpret it in your own way, make the best out of
There's
it.
many
Holding
ways of
hands never fun.
Coronavirus. Sorry, cannot hold hands.
Oh,
Fist bumps are fun.
Jia Ming, what's your concluding thoughts?
Okay, I feel like no matter what, right, design processes can get like super boring and annoying. So then it's like kind of what you make out of it, and like to set your own, I think to set your own experience. Cause if you set out to like expect something that's very shitty or like something that's gonna be boring, you're like, I need to do this again. So it's like you'll never have a good experience because that's what you are like setting up for. Yeah.
Mentality.
Mindset.
So
yeah.
your takeaway is that always have a good attitude and a good mentality, and always be very positive to any new experience. From every new experience, you learn something new, and then everybody has fun in the end.
Yeah.
I also really like to conclude that point number 7: the best way to accelerate your ideologies and ideas, right, is just to run around the class and ask everybody.
Right.
Just go around and start asking everyone, because once it compounds by itself, you ask one person and they give you one idea, it does not fly, and then you go through 10 people, there's definitely one idea in there that sticks with you and actually helps accelerate it. And when it accelerates it and you talk to the next person, that also multiplies itself in terms of the idea as well. So accelerating your ideas, ask other people about it. Just run around class, run around anywhere and ask anybody about it, even like somewhere in the street. Here's my design, do you like it?
Right. I think my conclusion for today is that it's very interesting to really I'm really thankful for Jia Ming being so open to help us design and rebrand 20 Minute Tea. I really appreciate it.
Aku
Thank you so
claps.
much, Jia Ming. One thing I really like is that, or one thing that I really note is that friendships and always allow for many opportunities, and that we should always treasure them and always keep those kind of ties always open and be able to be accessible. And one thing that Jia Ming was, she was very accessible. So she was very open. Okay, but yeah, I mean, that's why we all go to design school, to really make these kinds of networks with people. And it's like one key thing which my intern supervisor said. She said, don't call it networking. Instead, is just make it a real thing. And I feel like when you have these kinds of real relationships and real friendships, these kinds of the production always has a lot more soul. Okay, so thank you guys so much for listening to 20 Minute Tea. Do share your thoughts in the comments. DM me. Do share your thoughts in the comments or DM me. Share, like, and subscribe on Typography and share on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. Tune in every Tuesday for new episodes, Full Hearts, Big Brains, and Warm Cuddles. So yeah, Jia Ming and Clayton, do you want to have a bye or something?
Bye.
Wait.